Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. This morning we're talking about the 8th annual Children's Christmas Treat. I want to welcome Councillor Jodi Johnson. Good morning.
Good morning, and thanks for inviting me on your program this morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Not a morning person, but I'm good.
But you're here anyway because we have good news to share.
Yes.
Tell me about the inspiration for starting your Children's Christmas Treat in the first place.
Okay, so I became a counselor in 2013, October. My first attempt was like a drive-through something, go to the different communities and distribute toys and party bags. That didn't work because you just get bum rushed.
Naturally.
And my electoral district falls into 3 constituencies, so I had to split it up. And time I left one constituency, it was difficult to go to the others. So the plan to host it at a venue and invite children came about from the following year, which was 2014. About me, I was a teacher. So I used to teach children where I get my passion, my drive from. And coming out of teaching, I'm now a school social worker.
Okay.
So I continue to work with children as we go along. I know that children are the future for our country, for the world. And I like doing the Christmas drive in particular because I think every child should have some good memories of their childhood.
Especially
My childhood
Christmas
was
time.
good. Christmas was fantastic at my home. My grandparents ensured that. So I think going forward that as a social worker, you hear all the challenges, the issues. As a counselor, you're seeing it in the community. So this was actually an attempt to bring, even if it's a short-lived moment of joy and memories to certain children within the community. That is what the whole genesis formed around. It started off with 100 children. I am currently hosting 200 children on the 18th. It has been challenging over the times, especially in COVID, but I still managed to keep that spirit of Christmas alive through a drive-through party. So I still had a Santa, I had gifts, and I had everything that they will normally collect, packaged off. So they drove through, collected. If they wanted a photo with Santa, they got their photo, and they moved on. We did that 2020 and 2021.
The 200 kids that you say your children, that you said that you're hosting, are they specially invited children from the constituency, or is it randomly selected? Or?
Specially invited and randomly selected. I'll explain.
Okay.
I go through my groups, so the village councils, sport groups, what they'll call activists in the community, through the schools, and you take names.
Activists in the community. I like that. I like that phrase.
And I ask them to send me names and the ages of each child.
Okay.
The reason being, my party is not the typical party where you come and you have a toy label, boy 0 to 4, girl 5 to 7. My toys are individually wrapped and named with each child that was sent. I enjoy doing that.
So you're
part.
Santa.
I enjoy doing that part. When I get home after my busy day, I sit down in the night and wrap my toys one by one till I finish.
All 200?
All 200, and label them.
Nice.
And my colleagues like, you still wrapping toys, girl? You know? I said, that is the fun for me, sitting and wrapping the toys, because it don't feel like Christmas if I just give a toy and you can see what your toy is. Some parents, that's the only toy some children getting, so the parents say they're not opening it till Christmas Day, so it remains wrapped. Santa calls you by name. So you're Raucous. If you have a gift, they say Raucous, and you come up to Santa and you take your gift, take your picture. So it feels personalized rather than this big open party. So yes, you will have where extra children will show up. So I have to cater for that as well. So those gifts now will actually be in a box with the age groups, because you don't want a child to come and not get a gift. Food.
So then do you write their names in when they come?
Yes, because we have a list at the door. So if you're somebody that was not on the list, if I cannot accommodate with a toy, I would let you know you can stay and enjoy everything else. The possibility of you not getting a toy is high, because remember, I would have been catering for children, and then according to the age, because in the past I did 0 to 12. But then I realized 10 to 12 age group became a little more challenging, so I dropped it to 10.
What was challenging about 10 to 12?
Because the toys that you have to get at that age,
they're a little expensive.
Not just expensive, you have to be very creative in what you get. And I remember one year I was struggling with 10 to 12, and I was like, what am I going to get these boys 10 to 12? And I walked in the store and saw slinging shots. I have not seen slinging shots like in years.
I wasn't prepared for that.
And I saw these slingshots, and I was like, yeah, what? Should I just pick up some of these? You know, every boy, when those shrines started to open those toys in the party, who opened theirs, they were like, I don't want my gift, no, I want a slingshot. And the slingshot was just the last end of picking up toys. It was actually the cheaper end of toys.
Yes.
But they were like, I want that. I don't want the car I got. I don't want this that I got. I want the slingshot. And it was really amazing that the things we will look at and take for granted, how they appreciate it.
Like the box that the things has come in, that they just want to play with more than the actual thing itself.
You know, so for me, that's always been like that. And as I said, Christmas is about children.
All right, so if people want to, I mean, I know this is a two-part thing, right? Because you have the Christmas treat itself, but then you also have the toy drive.
Well, the toy drive is what helps
Feeds.
with the
So tell me about
party.
the toy drive. How does that part
So
work?
normally how that goes, toys are expensive.
For sure.
So if you have to put a costing on my party over the years, it costs nothing less than 40,000 to treat.
Okay.
If you literally put a price on everything. But I have sponsorships coming. As small as it is, it helps. And within my own community that I represent, I have 1 or 2 residents who are very supportive every year. Don't matter how small the contribution, they contribute. And one community is Rosamond Drive community. They have this nice little community group. It's a more professional, older setting community, meaning their children are grown, who left, and right? So you find they'll come together, they will collect and they will help.
Yeah.
My mom works at Mount Hope, so you find those doctors and nurses may
Come
contribute
together, yeah.
something. I will send out to my friends, and I say, if I send out to 100 persons for 2 toys, and I got from 50, that's 100 toys. So it
Exactly.
starts me
Yeah,
at
that's a
100.
good place to start.
Yes. But, you know, with COVID and everything, you find it get a bit harder for people and who would normally assist, telling you that they are helping with other issues. Like we had the flooding, what day it was, and all the parts that were affected. So a lot of bigger companies are saying that they
Sending
helping
them money
towards
there, yeah.
those things. So it has been a bit challenging coming out of COVID. But the fun thing is it's actually having the party after 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm trying, I'm bringing the 360 camera, trying to get the horses to come so they could get horseback
Okay.
riding. Santa promised from the fire service to be there at 5 o'clock. So it's just things to keep bringing attractions to change it up when the year come. And the joy for me, as I said, it's tiring. But the joy is on that day when all these children show up and their eyes are lighted.
Yeah.
Their eyes lit up and they're like,
So if people want to contribute or they want to help out, how can they reach you?
I can give my number and the address for my office.
Look them in the face and get them.
My number is 733-7499 and my office is at number 65 2nd Street, San Juan, opposite Republic Bank.
All right. Councillor, this is great work that you're doing.
Thank
Please
you.
keep it up. And I know that the children appreciate it and they will continue to appreciate it.
Yes.
And you make sure that some people have a Merry Christmas.
Yes, that's the whole goal at the end of the day.
Thank you so
To
much for
bring some
joining us
joy.
this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. And Merry Christmas to you.
Same to you.
All right, we take a quick break. When we come back, Ayinka and her furry friends are on set. Stay tuned.
This is the time of the year most people start to prepare. Unconsciously we sing the refrain. Christmas is here once again. This is the time of the year most people start to prepare. Unconsciously we sing the refrain. Christmas is here once again.